So, if you want to record this, that's fine, but know that it's going to be a long thing. It's not 10 minutes, so it's going to chew up a lot of memory. All right, so the ear model here, this is on your list on the bottom of the first page of your nervous system models. The outside here, this big component is called the pinna, or also known as auricle. Okay, same thing. That's the trumpet, called the trumpet over here. It's got all these contours that I think are designed somehow to channel sound into your ears in very, very specific ways. The ear is one of the most brilliant inventions ever. Whoever designed it was just like genius.
Must be a millionaire.
So glad they did. So what happens, let me put this piece back. This is the external auditory canal, all right, and that's where your earwax builds up. Right? That's where you stick your Q-tip. You're gonna clean out your earwax, and hopefully they say don't put the Q-tip in too far, because if you do, oh.
Do you usually clean in a jabbing motion?
Yeah. Oh, you sneeze, somebody loves you. Yeah, so don't do your Q-tips while younger siblings are around. But anyway, so that's the external auditory canal. It's where the wax builds up. Sometimes it builds up so much that you can't see the eardrum if you look inside. So then people have to do the earwax treatments, like ear candling.
That's so gross.
So much fun.
Scary.
I think it's fun. It's
Ear candle?
ear candling.
Oh yeah.
It's these long cones that are like wax paper.
Yes, you lay
Yeah.
on your side.
You put it in your ear basically, and you set it on fire on the other end.
It's
And
disgusting.
the heat and smoke like vacuums out all the crud.
Yeah, and it's obscene how much stuff comes out.
Like Shrek.
It's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah. So, sound waves come in through this external auditory canal, and it hits the eardrum. What is the official name of your eardrum? Right. Tympanic membrane. And that's on your list there. So the tympanic membrane is right here, and it literally is like a drum. It vibrates boom, 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 with the sound waves. And what I think is amazing is that all the qualities of sound that you hear are encoded in those vibrations. Like not only like voice quality, like you can close your eyes and you can know if it's Chad talking or if it's me talking based on the quality of the voice. It vibrates a little bit differently. You know how you can tell if sound's coming from behind you or in front of you or on the side? All of that's encoded in the vibrations. I don't know how they figured that out, but it's yeah.
Is that why is it different in dogs and stuff and animals that can hear different pitches than we can? Is it encoded into theirs too?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I would imagine that there's some differences, yeah. Because they have a whole range that we don't.
Mm-hmm.
So the sound waves come in, vibrate that eardrum. And then once it's vibrating, now the sound moves into this area here called the middle ear. We kind of divide the ear into three areas. There's the external, there's the middle ear, which is right behind the eardrum, and then there's the inner ear, which is basically this piece here. That's the inner ear. So the middle ear has these three auditory ossicles that are connected to the eardrum. Good news is you've already learned these before. Nothing new here. Okay? You've got the malleus, which is the ear bone that's literally connected to the eardrum. Malleus. What does malleus mean?
Mal.
Hammer or mallet, yeah. And then as that starts to vibrate, as the drum beats, it vibrates the malleus, which then vibrates the incus, which is the second bone here. It looks like a little tooth. And then the incus vibrates the third bone, the stapes. Of course, the stapes is the bone with the hole in it. All right, so that stapes now starts to vibrate. And as it vibrates, it sends kind of waves of energy into the inner ear. Now, this is the inner ear, this whole thing. Right in the middle of the inner ear is this area here called the vestibule. Okay? The stapes connects to the vestibule. You'll want to make sure you make a note of that. The stapes connects to the vestibule. Because as the stapes vibrates, it sends kind of wave impulses into the vestibule. And then those wave impulses will then push fluids through this snail-like structure. Does anybody know the name of the snail? The cochlea. Now, this is the cochlea. And this is what we use to hear. This is our main hearing organ, the cochlea. And you can actually open it up on the model and you can see inside you've got a series of tubes. Okay, so what happens here, and you don't have to know this detail, what happens is that as the vibrations push fluid through the cochlea, the fluid kind of, it's like it flows through the cochlea tubes. And as it flows through the cochlea tubes, there's these little hairs. And as that fluid flows, based on the rhythm of the vibrations, it bends the hairs. And as the hairs get bent, that mechanical bending is then transduced into electrical signals, which then go down this cranial nerve. And this is cranial nerve number 8, which is the vestibulocochlear nerve. So it makes sense, this nerve, because it's coming from two areas, the vestibule in the middle and the cochlea. So that's why we call it the vestibulocochlear nerve, cranial nerve number 8. Coming from these two areas. All right, and then the other part of the inner ear here is the semicircular canals. Okay, and these are interesting because there are 3 of them. And what these do is they give you your orientation, your position sense, where you are in our world. Okay, where's your position? In other words, you could be upside down, but if your eyes are closed, you know you're upside down. You can feel it. You can tilt your head to the side, and even if your eyes are closed, you can feel that you're sideways. And that's because you've got little stones inside these little canals here. Those stones move and kind of tell you where you are. And you'll notice that there's 3 of them. And these are oriented to the 3 dimensions of our world. Right? We have a 3D world. There's front, back, side to side, up, down. So you got 3 different canals for each of the dimensions. I suppose if you lived in a 4D world, you'd need a 4D. You'd probably invent that too. So that's what gives you your position sense. It also helps control your sense of balance. Have you ever been like spun really fast and then they let you go and you try to walk and you can't, you know, fall all over? It's because those stones are moving. So it throws off the balance. People get vertigo if those stones are messed up. It's all about position sense, which is called proprioception. That's on your list. Okay. Proprioception and the sense of balance. So those are the semicircular canals. And I need to finish off by just talking about just a few other structures kind of back here. There's a big blood vessel right here, and this is called the internal carotid artery. It's the only blood vessel on this model, the carotid. And you'll see that there, the red thing. You've got a muscle that's right here. And this muscle is called the tensor tympani muscle. You'll see that on your list too, the tensor tympani. And it says, what it does is it contracts to kind of help control and dampen out excessive noise. So if you're exposed to something really loud, if you go to a Justin Bieber concert. Or Ed, well, maybe not Ed Sheeran. Oh, his would probably be kind of mellow. You go to a Megadeth concert. Chances are you're going to need your tensor tympani. It helps to kind of calm those, dampen out those noises. Last but not least is this tube right here. Okay, and this is called the eustachian tube, or auditory tube is another name. But eustachian tube. What you need to understand is that the eustachian tube connects the middle ear with the throat. it connects the middle ear, which is right behind this eardrum. It connects the middle ear with the throat.
Is that sometimes when you're cleaning out your ear, you kind of like feel that in your throat?
Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly. And if you drive to higher elevations, you know how your ears get all clogged up.
Mm.
So what do you do to alleviate the pressure?
You plug your
You say-
nose. And,
Yeah, you yawn, blow, something. But you basically stretch out your throat. Chew gum, something that works with your throat, because then the throat helps to alleviate the pressure that gets built up in the middle ear.
Hmm.
And that's because of that eustachian tube. Now, the other thing I needed to mention is about middle ear infections. In other words, when this area here gets a bunch of bacteria and gunk kind of jammed up in there, the pressure goes up. For us, for adults, our eustachian tube is diagonal like this. It comes down, and so therefore gravity is constantly working to kind of pull stuff out of that middle ear. So if we get an infection in here, gravity kind of just pulls all the bacteria and stuff into your throat. And
Ew.
your stomach. But in kids, their eustachian tube is not diagonal, it's much more just horizontal. So if they get a middle ear infection, it just sits there. And there's nowhere for it to go. They can't drain it out the back way. So if this area gets all congested with stuff, the only other exit route that's possible is to burst the eardrum, pop it, and then drain it out the outside of the ear. Okay? That's the only other way that pressure could get alleviated.
no, thank
And
you.
just break open the eardrum. And obviously that's not a good thing, okay, because that can damage hearing and all that. So what we do is we put little tubes inside the ears, when a kid usually has this, we put little tubes inside the tympanic membrane. And that through that little tube, it's got a little opening in it. And so then fluids can just slowly drain out, so they don't build up and pop it.
But the eardrum can grow back, right?
With the tubes, after the tubes, yes.
After it bursts.
After it bursts, it can heal